All right, we're here at Hahn Equipment with Nee and Candy in our shop in the Pump 3171 Flygt NP for City of Tyler. This is Monday, March 30th, and we're going to go ahead and do a breakdown and figure out what's wrong with this pump and get a cause of failure so we can estimate the repair and the replace. And so in a second here, I'll zoom in on the data plate. You can see that this is a submersible flight pump with a cooling jacket. Yeah, we're going to take the cable off first and measure the cable. And that does have a flight slide bracket on it. And while we're here, here's our cooling jacket with our drain plug, but let's go ahead and zoom in on this data plate.
Okay, data plate right here.
Alright, so we are 3171.091 model with that version code, and there's your serial number 0940037.
Okay, so far I don't think this one had a high chrome impeller. Okay.
So based on serial number and version code, this is a cast iron impeller with an FLA rating of 39 amps at 30, I'm trying to read that there. Is that 30? I can't read the horsepower on this knee. Can you?
Let me see.
It's kind of moving around here.
Right here. What you happening?
Is that 35?
Yeah, 35 horse.
35 horsepower. All right. So it is a cast iron impeller, so we can give an option after we observe the impeller to replace it or keep it based on the corrosion and wear. As we know, the hard iron impeller lasts 10 times longer than the soft cast iron impeller. And we'll also do an inspection of the impeller when we get to that point.
Okay, like every pump, the first thing we do, we measure the pump first.
Just like every pump, the first thing we do is measure. We do the measure test to check for insulation resistance.
Give me another tip.
We're going leg to ground on this measure test.
Yeah, this one is round and round. So look at this, round and round. Can you put it right here?
So we're going to show you what a bad reading looks like if we go ground to ground.
Yeah, ground to ground.
So all the way to the right is a bad reading.
Okay, and so right now we keep one ground right here.
Keep one grounded and go to a leg.
Yeah, go to the leg right here, a little bit west, so clean it up first. Okay, let me hold it right here. You can see it. Okay, do it. Put it right. All right.
Okay, so that leg is bad.
Bad.
All the way to the right.
On the way to the right.
Second leg is bad. All the way to the right. And
it's bad.
All the way to the right. Bad.
Okay. And the next step we do, right now we inspect the cable to see the cable good or not.
Let me take that.
So we're going to do a visual inspection of the cable to see if it's good or not, or if it's been cut or compromised.
Okay, the cable look good so far.
Okay,
good.
so far the cable is good.
You don't have to check the sensor to see what's going on.
All right, so checking the thermal sensors.
Yes. Okay, show me that a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Look like the FOS still work. The flow
Okay.
control still work.
So that's 1200 ohms, so that's
yes,
good.
very good. That's good.
Yep,
so
that's
far.
good. If it was reading 300 ohms, that would mean bad.
Yes. So next step, you pull the top off, right? Then they don't have to pull the top off because the permit grounded, make it bad. So we pull the top off.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Look good on the top. So
Let me disconnect.
yeah.
So far, so good. Terminations, terminal block, everything looks good so
Okay.
far.
Now you take off the cable, right?
Yeah.
Because we know for sure the cable is good, so we disconnect the cable completely from the perm, and we make it a perm again to see what's going on.
All right, very good. So
Take it at once.
since we know the cable is good, we're disconnecting the cable from the pump, and then we'll measure the pump without the cable. Moving that ground.
Yeah, we remove everything.
Nice and clean and dry in there.
Yes, sir. You go right here. Yeah, in here you can right here. So you see this terminal bolt right here look good. This side right here come from the stator, from the motor. So you know, can they go ahead to disconnect right here?
Okay. So that way we can measure the stator.
Yes.
All right.
I got a screwdriver.
Let me move one away first. Okay? Alright.
Like Nee mentioned, we're disconnecting the wires from the terminal strip on the stator so we can measure the stator.
Yeah. The red one. Oh. So take the one off too. Yeah, we disconnect everything. Okay.
All right, everything's disconnected.
Alright, and I put you like the ground, right? I put the one on the ground.
One on the ground. Okay, so let's look at where he grounded it. Right
Yeah,
there where the ground
and
was
I-
terminated. So that's
Yeah, I
the
checked
ground.
right here
block.
first.
Auto.
Yeah.
And now we'll check the legs.
Okay. You see? And I check right here. Take your hand off, Andy. I check right here, make sure it works. See? Round to round.
Ground to ground, bad
0.
reading.
Okay.
All right.
And I take the red one.
Okay, so leg
Back.
to ground.
You see, they go down a little bit, but still on number 100. That means the stator wet.
All right, so that leg means the stator is wet. That was
Yeah,
a
see?
bad
And the
mega
sec-
reading.
Yeah, second one on one.
All the way bad
Yeah, it's
on
bad.
the second leg. Third leg. There's your third leg, and
Same
it's similar
thing.
to the first, bad. Now, in order to be good, it would have to be all the way to the left.
Okay. Right now
Which is
we know
not.
for sure the motor may be burned or wet.
So far, at this point, the motor possibly burned or possibly just wet.
Yes, so we have to take it apart everything.
So we're going to take it apart to find out.
Yeah.
You open in person. You see, you know what we have in there.
So we're opening the inspection plug for the cooling jacket. Just to see what it looks like and what we
There's
have.
water coming out.
So there's the water coming out.
And we know for sure the seal is fell. The seal is back.
And we know that because
The seal is back. That's why they cannot protecting the stator housing, so the water can come from the.
so because water came out, the seal is indeed bad.
Yeah,
If the seal was good, there would not have been water in there.
yeah, should be dry.
It should be dry. That inspection plug immediately indicates a bad seal so far up to this point.
Okay, he closed up, and right now he already know we have to take it apart from the bottom, so he go ahead and take everything apart.
Okay, so we're going to take it apart from the bottom.
He have another top, you know, from the other perm. He put it back right here to easy to take it out. That not the top belong to this perm, okay? The top belongs to the perm right there.
So what we're, yeah, exactly. Thank you, sir, for clarifying these. So this is the top to the pump. We're simply putting this top on here so that we can raise the pump and take everything apart.
You know, we repair a lot of perm like this, so we have on the, you know, the tool, the extra, you know, to working on this kind of perm.
Yes, sir. And of course, once a repair or replace was completed, if the repair was to be instituted, we would obviously put the correct top back on the pump. This is just to raise.
Okay. Pull the cable away. Okay, the pump out of the loop.
Alright, so there's the motor with the cooling jacket, and here's the hydraulic portion with the volute.
Good way to want to lay down.
Anyway.
So we're going to lay this back down.
Like this, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and look at the impeller right here. You can see the perm being cavitation back.
Oh, this impeller is severely cavitated.
Yeah, you can see a little hole right here.
Yep.
Cavitation.
And so cavitation occurs many reasons,
And look at the irrigation.
one of which has to do with
The
possible
insert is right here, worn out,
vibration or bearing noise can sometimes lead to that. The insert ring is worn out.
The one out, you know, 40%.
Okay.
So this
Very
one a
good.
hi-hat perm, if you want to make it completely good like supposed to, you need to replace the impeller and the insert ring.
You can see where
But
that's
it's up
been
to you.
smoothed over and worn out.
So,
And again, here's the cavitation present on the impeller.
yeah.
All that
That's a
pitting.
hi-hat perm. So. Okay, Candy, what next? You know, you're not can take off the impeller, you know.
So we're going to remove the impeller.
This is you want to talk this at 10 millimeters.
All right, so we're using 10 millimeter.
14.
12.
Nee, what are some of the effects of having a cavitation impeller like that?
Maybe, you know, the perm too much for that lift station. Just like perm too much. And the second, they have air in the system. On water hammer, they have the water, you know, just on the inlet, you know, the water just go straight right on the top of the pump. So they have the bowl where the air go inside. They suck some air inside the volute, you know, make cavitation.
So cavitation is a result sometimes from air entrainment, and that can be caused by water hammer,
or you know,
water
the impeller
rushing
too-
back down
Yep.
pipes, or
The impeller too big for the application.
or possibly the impeller was sized too large for that station. Could be anything.
Should be
After the repair, we can perform an inspection of the pump station and the calculations,
Okay. If you look right here,
and kind of look and
yeah, you see they because they capitation on both sides, the same side.
okay. So
So
on
I
both
really
sides,
think you know they have added systems or something.
due to the nature of this cavitation, it's on both sides equally present on both sides here and here. The conclusion drawn on this case would be that there's most likely air in the system, which
Or you know, water hammer, you know,
could be caused by water hammer.
anything. What you want to do?
Turn the water.
Yeah.
Oh. Location of the invert in the wet well. Water dropping directly on top of the pump, creating some turbulence and currents.
Other water hammer.
You think it could be a recirculation cavitation where it's like deadheading?
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
You know, look like more. Why?
So possibly recirculation cavitation due to deadheading could be a cause as well.
I wonder, like, if they knew how long the thing was pumping. You know, if it was running 24 hours a day. I mean, that would be a
Good
look at the hours.
something to look at there would be the run time and see how long this pump was pumping and how long it pumps on a daily basis and how long it pumps each time it operates. Is it pumping for extended run times? A long run time could be an indication of deadheading and operating on the wrong point or the far left side of the curve. So if it was operating for a long time and operating on the far left side of the curve, then there might consider looking at changing out the impeller code for this pump. Those are questions and discussion that we'll have with Mike Norris before we were to do any repairs or replacing on this.
Then I'm just empty all the water out from the pump before he took it apart.
So right now they're just emptying the water out of the cooling jacket before taking the pump apart. That's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of water. But basically, because the pump run by the water. So, you know, that's still alright, you know. That's the only one thing that they have water on the intake center. That means the silver effect.
So this is normal. This is how much water the cooling jacket holds. The thing that really stands out here is that water came out of the inspection plug, which meant that the seal did indeed fail. And when you have cavitation like that, could that have contributed to the seal fail with vibration?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Vibration.
Yes, vibration. You see, if you see the big hole, the hole like that on the impeller should be run vibration a lot.
So that cavitation leads to vibration. Vibration leads to a damaged seal.
Yeah.
Damaged seal leads to water, and that's what burns up the motor.
But Flygt had a very good motor. So we hopefully the motor just get wet. So
If the motor
and
was
we'll
just
find out.
wet, then it could possibly be salvaged and dried out. If it was burned, then it would indeed need a new stator.
A new one. So we will find out.
We will find out shortly.
away further, I think.
Yeah, please.
Alright, he take off the top of the pump and he upside out the pump. He take the pump off from the bottom.
Okay.
They put a tape and a cable with another.
Yes, sir. They put a little bit tape on the wire to protect the wire, you know, when we upside down the pump.
They're putting tape on the wiring to protect the wires.
Right here, right, brother? Yeah. This one.
Yeah, all right.
Alright. You want to put over there, Candy?
Yeah, please.
How about you move a little bit out here, you know,
Yeah.
easily
Okay.
for
You can leave it there. Piece of wood there.
Jason make the video. Got it? Alright. Okay, sir. So further on, you remove the housing first, right?
Yeah.
Remove the housing right
Yeah.
here first.
This is the motor housing.
No,
No.
that they gonna adapt the housing.
This is the adapter housing.
Yeah. On the old pump, they gonna oil housing. But
Oh.
on this one over here, we don't have oil, so they gonna adapt the housing.
Since there's no oil and can't call it an oil housing, so it's called an adapter housing.
Yes.
Makes sense.
All right. And then now he go with the seal. That's the seal assembly.
Here's
All
the seal
seals unit.
assembly.
So he removed the seal right now.
So we're going to remove the seal.
Yes, sir.
O-ring.
You see that the O-ring is flat already. So no matter what, you know, we have to replay the O-ring when we put together. You see, it's flat. No
So a
good.
flat O-ring is no good.
Okay, he removed the clip to hold up the seal.
So the clip was removed with some needle nose pliers to remove the seal.
Okay, okay. All right, let me see. Okay, that's the seal right here. You see on the back right here, you see on the reel coming out right here. So that means the seal face back. That's why the water comes from here to, you know, make it like this.
What
So-
showed the seal was bad?
Yes, you see on the thing right here, the grease, you know, the water.
All the grease and water
this
on the
side should
back
be
side of the
dry.
seal. This side should be dry.
Yeah, because this side right here, get to the building inside. So the seal
Okay.
need to be replaced.
All right, so that's one item there.
We put it right here. So right now, can they go ahead to remove the adapter? This one, they call the adapter. That's one
Okay.
adapter housing. They want adapter.
Okay.
So,
So the adapter housing was removed, the seal was removed, and now the adapter itself
I
is
can
being
put a
removed.
screw right here. Yeah.
you did that, right?
Yeah.
right, so we're installing those. I would call them eye bolts, I guess, in order to raise the pump.
That's just the tool, you know, the thing we make for pick it up, the adapter, and take it out easier.
What size is the bolt on that?
10 millimeter.
10 millimeter.
Hold on, right there. Let it come out.
Yeah.
I had to hit it with this, okay? Come on.
You just step a little bit on the side.
Just a little tapping. Just on the side corner.
Okay.
All right, we'll come back.
Okay.
You see that adapter, and right here, that's the inner cooling jacket right here. Inner cooling jacket.
So there's the inner cooling jacket and the adapter being raised
This
up.
one, the outer cooling jacket
That's
right
the
here.
outer cooling jacket.
Inner cooling jacket. You see, the seal it fell. That's why all the water come inside the building.
This should definitely be dry. So the
Yes.
seal did fail with all that water and whatever else that is in there.
Yeah.
Definitely an indication of a seal fail, no doubt.
It should be dry in there because that the building sits right there.
Should be dry for the bearing.
You want to put one back in there?
Yeah, I've got to put it. I've got to fix it now. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
A shackle attached to an eye bolt.
Yep. To pull it out easier.
So this will be removed easier. We can pull this out easy.
Up, right?
Yeah, what do you look?
So,
Hold on. Take hold. Easy.
Rubber
Pick it
mallet.
up. Pick it up.
he tried to remove the outer cooling jacket out. See? That's coming out.
Alright, so there's the outer cooling jacket.
Yeah, we'll take it off.
Down here, outer cooling jacket removed.
Okay, can he remove it and we'll put it back right here. Stator housing, building holder, shaft, and the building inside here. We go ahead and take everything apart.
Okay.
We want an LOS right here, see?
Oh yeah, there's our FLS
Yeah,
switch.
they bad too. They, you know, they corrosion. Everything is
It was jammed up. It's supposed
jam
to move
up.
freely.
They want to move.
But that stuff's not supposed to be in there, so that's why that did that.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you, Nee and Candy, for working backwards on this upside down so we can see the water present and see how everything is, how the seal fail affected the water intrusion in this pump motor. And Candy looks like he's got a nice pump there, getting that
Yeah, he
water out
probably-
of there and looking at mud and sludge and all kinds of stuff in there.
Yeah, the seal fell for a
Should
while.
be dry.
Okay, watch out. Okay. I've got to push it.
Yeah, well, watch out.
Watch it with a fire.
Yeah.
Okay. He tried to hammer it, make the building holder down a little bit to have room to take the ring out. Yeah, see, the ring come out easy.
There it is.
Okay. Pick it up, huh?
Yeah, you can pick it.
So by hammering it there with the rubber mallet, it helped the O-ring come out a little more easily.
Like nó come out, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
There it is. All right.
Okay, disconnect the FIS thing.
So we're disconnecting the FLS switch here
Okay.
so that it
All
doesn't
right.
break. There's the rotor.
There's the rotor, the shaft,
And
and
the
had the
shaft.
water inside too.
And there's more water inside. More
Yeah, see,
water
water
intrusion.
inside.
Down there,
So-
you can definitely see it.
But I think the stator still good. You need to dry it up. So because look, you know, they're very clean.
So
There's just the water in there.
So far, there's no evidence of burning. It's just a clean stator
But we-
that's wet.
Yeah, we will use the meter to find out if it's good or not right now.
Okay, we'll put the meter on it and
Yeah,
confirm
Let me
Nee's
take this out first.
Okay.
Give him a
hypothesis
We'll do it later.
to see if we can salvage this stator which would save a lot of money if possible.
Alright. Alright. And just put a reader, okay?
Removing the protective tape while we had it upside down.
Ohm meter. On the 3-phase pump should be 3 reading the same. If 3 reading the same, that means the stator still good.
We're going to ohm out the leads. If the 3 readings are the
Yeah.
same, the stator is good.
U1, U2.
Oh yeah,
U1, U2. Here. U1, U2. What you have?
Alright, so you got 0.7.
Okay.
On the
V1,
first leg.
V2, V1, V2.
Hold on, this fucking disconnect.
V1 right here. Okay,
Yeah.
V1. Let me see. V1. V2.
0.5.
Yeah, 1.5, 0.6 is so good. Okay. W2. W1. Let me see.
Sometimes this is my this.
No, this one loose.
And I'm making a
Hold on.
good contact.
We're going to make sure our equipment's
Yeah.
nice and tight and our connections are tight.
Can I borrow your meter? He had a little connection right here loose.
Minor connection issue on the meter, so we're going to make sure we don't have an issue and try Joel's meter.
I use your meter.
Thank you, Joel.
Here. Alright, let me check, make sure.
Alright, are we good?
Okay, we good to go.
Alright, let's start this over again here. Alright, we're resetting on ohming out these leads.
Yeah, U1, U2. What you have?
About 2.122.
2.2.
Okay, hold on,
2.2.
hold on, little bit. Okay, 2.3. W2,
2.2, good. So far, so good.
W1, W2,
1.9. 2.9.
Pretty close.
so very close,
Very
good because
close.
they allow, yeah.
Had a
It's good.
1.9 to a 2.1.